Afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of Unscripted on 13 Plus. Because of March Madness, we do not have a new newscast, but we do want to give you a quick update. Arizona game versus Long Beach State just went into halftime. We know Arizona is up by 6. Our very own Damian Alameda is there in Salt Lake City, Utah, covering the entire game. A lot of the stuff that he has posted, some behind the scenes stuff, some Facebook Lives, they are on our Facebook page, KOLD. So tune into that. We're, of course, going to continue to watch the game, but we do want to give you a little bit of some top stories that we are tracking this afternoon. So starting with President Biden, we know today he continued his efforts to forgive student loan debt for Americans. Today, he announced the cancellation of nearly $6 billion of debt for 78,000 public sector workers. Those who qualified for the latest round of student loan forgiveness include teachers, social workers, some doctors and nurses, and government lawyers who made 10 years of monthly payments. So far, the president has forgiven more than $140 billion in student debt loans to nearly 4 million borrowers. So we'll keep watching that for you. We know this weekend, President Biden will spend some time on the campaign trail with some familiar faces. Let's pull up this video here. He will be joined by former President Barack Obama and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as they mark the 14th anniversary of the passage of the Affordable Care Act. The ACA, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, provides protections and subsidies to make health care more accessible for more Americans. Almost since its inception, the ACA has faced opposition from lawmakers who have tried to repeal it. And the cost of overdrawn money from a bank account could drop to as little as $3 under a new proposal announced by the White House. It is the latest effort to fight banking fees. Consumer investigator Rachel DePompa talked to Bankrate about the proposal and what it could mean for you. Let's listen in.
A proposed change from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau would potentially eliminate billions of dollars in revenue from fees for the nation's biggest banks. The proposal targets overdraft fees. That's what a bank charges you when you withdraw more money from your account than what you have in it. The CFPB is looking at putting a cap on the actual fee that is charged, or the idea that if it's going to be used as a form of credit, that it should be treated as credit with a stated APR for the cost of that credit. Greg McBride with Bankrate says overdrafts have been a big source of revenue for banks over the years, but recently we've started to see changes.
We've seen steps taken to really move away from overdrafts to a large extent, seeing that either from a legislative standpoint or a regulatory standpoint, either make changes or changes are going to be imposed upon you.
He says over the last 2 years, many banks have been doing away with non-sufficient funds fees, dialing back overdraft fees, and providing wiggle room for consumers before fees are even triggered.
Set up that link between your checking account and your savings account. Sign up for the email and text alerts that let you know if your balance gets below a certain threshold, and be in the habit of checking your available account balance, not just the total amount in the account, but how much is available for immediate withdrawal before you initiate transactions. Those are the real foolproof ways to avoid overdraft fees.
He says only about 20% of account holders actually incur an overdraft in a given year, and a smaller percentage of those are routine overdrafters. McBride says it's far too early to let your guard down on these overdrafts. These proposed rules, even if nothing changes, they won't go into effect until October 2025 at the earliest. With this one.
And turning now to some trending stories on our website, KOLD.com. We do want to start with one that's very heart-wrenching this afternoon. One of the last remaining survivors of Pearl Harbor has died. You can see his picture there on your screen. Richard Higgins passed away at home in Oregon yesterday at the age of 102. He lived a long and very meaningful life. Higgins was assigned to Pearl Harbor as a radio man for a patrol squadron of seaplanes when the attack happened on December 7th, 1942. He said he was in his bunk when the bombing started. We thank all of our veterans for their service, but may he rest in peace. And of course, thank you for your service. If you want to read more about him and his long life, this is on our website, KOLD.com. You can click on news, then click national. You'll be able to see that story there. On our website, though, we do want to go to another story that is trending here. So, a Michigan woman, she's claiming she was fired from her teaching job because she moonlights as a rapper. So, Dominique Brown has been teaching for 7 years. She started at Taylor Preparatory Academy in Michigan in August. She says no one ever said anything about her being a rapper on the side until a parent started complaining about it. She said she refused to follow an ultimatum to stop and ultimately to remove all of her content from online. One parent described her as a teacher who creatively inspired students, but a statement from the school said it aims for, quote, a distraction-free teaching and learning environment. So what do you guys think about this? Comment down below, especially if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. You can always write something in the comments. We take a look back here. We see what you're writing. We can always respond, have a conversation here, but give us your 2 cents on what you think about that story. And speaking of distractions this afternoon, how would you like to be distracted by nearly $1 billion? The jackpot for Friday night's drawing has grown to $977 million. No one has won the Mega Millions jackpot in 29 drawings. I know, I bought 2 tickets. I believe it was on Tuesday. The last drawing was Tuesday night. So it is officially the 10th largest in U.S. lottery history and just less than half of the $2 billion jackpot prize won in 2022. So it's super easy. You can go to a gas station, a grocery store. I know some places you can even buy them online. I believe they're $2 a ticket. But hey, you can't win if you don't play. So again, nearly $1 billion. That drawing is happening on Friday. And one last story here on our website. 5-year-old Amelia Bernard has not had a lot to celebrate lately. She was diagnosed with leukemia 2 years ago, but Monday she received a hero's escort to her final chemo treatment. First responders showed up to her house and a limo was waiting to take her and her family to the hospital. Once she was done, she rang the bell to mark the end of her treatment. She is officially in remission, but will continue once-a-month doctor visits for checkups. Amelia is ready to attend kindergarten in the fall. I was just talking to one of our managers about nothing is more heart-wrenching than kids with cancer. So seeing that she's done this hard fight at just 5 years old, she rang the bell, she was treated like a celebrity as she should. Super sweet to see. We hope that she continues to have good health. If you want to watch this video here, I don't believe I can pull it up here through this desk, but this story is on our website. That's KOLD.com. Super sweet and emotional seeing her ring the bell, seeing law enforcement kind of bring her in. You can see she has her teddy bear there. She's wearing her sparkly jacket. She is just a sweetheart. So again, hoping a long life with good health to her. Taking a live look outside on your Thursday afternoon. Look at that shot. That is just gorgeous. You can see a little cloudy, but it does look very nice out there. I believe the high is going to be in the high 70s this afternoon, tomorrow, even possibly hitting the 80s. Do be aware, though, there are 2 First Alert Action Days on Saturday and Sunday. We know the 4th Avenue Street Fair, Spring Street Fair, is happening this weekend, so fingers crossed that the windy conditions do not affect all the vendors, but your best bet would be to go on Friday. And one last time, we know Arizona is still in halftime right now. They are versing Long Beach State in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our very own Damian Alameda is out there covering the game. We know that they are up right now. Arizona's up by 6 points, so tune into that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We love this time of year, March Madness. Get outside and enjoy the weather, though, in between some of those basketball games. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.